God says this message is for you. Don't try to skip this. Don't tell this to anyone. God is begging you to read every single line, slowly, with your full heart. This message is for you, and it will not come twice. It's over for you if you skip. Hear me now, don't open alert, they're coming to your house. They'll steal the Kear Week 3, September 2025. Now listen. I have watched you through nights when fear sat like a stone on your chest. I have watched you hide the little things that make your life whole, a photograph folded small, a key to a box you never opened, a dream you called ridiculous. This is not theatrics. This is not an ordinary warning. This is a divine alarm. There are hands planning to reach into your shelter and take what you hold dear. They will come in the third week of September 2025. They will move quiet as a shadow and precise as a clock. Do not laugh at this. God says, move. This message is for you because God chose you to be careful today. God is begging you, gather what cannot be replaced. Place it somewhere that only you know, somewhere that asks for a heart to open it, not a lock that a stranger can pick. If you have a Kear, whether that's a keepsake, a key, a car, a cherished token, or something named in your home, consider it endangered. Protect it tonight. Wrap it in cloth. Bury it in paperwork. Hide it where only memory can find it. Do not leave it out where hands can take it. Do not tell this to anyone unless your heart says they are safe to know. Some who hear warnings will panic and act rashly. Some will betray. This message is for you alone because your secrecy is your shield. God says this is urgent. Don't try to skip the sensible steps because pride or stubbornness says, it's fine. It is not fine. The tide of others' intentions moves faster than you expect. You have given people trust before, and sometimes that trust was repaid with silence or with absence. Not everyone who smiles in your doorway carries a blessing. Not every hand that offers help is free of blind hands behind it. Guard the gateways of your home. If someone unexpected comes with a story about a notice, about a payment, about a delivery, breathe and ask, show me the paper. Call the contact number you know, not the one they give. God says, be wise like the ones who keep a candle lit in a storm. This message is for you because God sees the way fear can rearrange your life. You might think this warning will bring worry that paralyzes you. Don't let it. Let this warning make you swift and deliberate. Tonight, make a small list, the things that mean more to you than convenience, the family documents, that one device, that one box of letters, that one key. Put them somewhere safe. Give them to the person you trust most if you must, but choose that person with care. God is begging you, choose correctly. I tell you now of signs to watch for. They will be ordinary. Perhaps they come as a polite knock at the wrong hour. Perhaps a friendly face at the gate with a story about repairs, investigators, or people sent by someone you once knew. They will ask questions that sound like they help. Is someone home? Is Mr. X available? Where do you keep the car keys? Do not answer beyond what is necessary. God says, answer slowly. Let the conversation show you its true shape. Keep your doors locked even during daylight. Keep the gates latched. If you have security devices, check the batteries. If you have a vehicle, do not leave the spare key obvious. If you have paperwork with account numbers, insurance details, or anything that can be used to claim ownership, gather it. Make a copy and hide the originals in a place that requires more than a hand to reach. God says, do not be flippant with the protection of your life's tokens. You have a voice inside that will tell you when something feels wrong. That voice is not paranoia, it is your soul's guard. Listen to it. When a call arrives asking about things you have never shared, cut it short. When someone asks to see inside drawers or boxes, ask politely but firmly for identification and then verify it through a number you know. God says, do not be ashamed to ask for proof. Courage walks hand in hand with prudence. This message is for you because God knows the cost of what might be taken. Some things are small and can be replaced, some are heavy with your history and cannot be. If you have a box labeled Kear or you use the word in a private way, the warning is specific. The week named is the week to be most watchful, the third week of September 2025. Mark it on a calendar that only you see. On those days, limit unnecessary comings and goings. If you can, ask someone trustworthy to stay overnight with you or to be on call. God is begging you, do not go it alone if you can avoid it. Prepare practical steps now. Make duplicates of keys and hide them in different places. Photograph important items and store the images in a secure cloud account with two-factor authentication. Write serial numbers down in a notebook and keep that notebook in a different place from the items themselves. Seal priceless papers in an envelope with a date and a note to yourself. If you have insurance, check what is covered and what is not. God says, be practical about help, it is an act of faith to plan. This message is for you because God knows how much you value your dignity. Some will try to shame you into compliance. They will say things that sound official, they will use urgency to make you hand things over. When someone says, don't worry, I'll take care of it, ask for proof. When someone says, this is the only way, ask for time. God says, a true helper will not force your hand, a thief will manufacture panic. If you must speak about this at all, choose your words like keys. Speak to those who have shown themselves safe in crisis. Not everyone who was kind in sunlight is safe in shadow. If you are uncertain, ask for help from local authorities you can verify. If a notice or legal document is involved, take a photograph and consult a known contact before acting. God says, paperwork can be faked, verification steadies the hand. I know you are tired of warnings, of being told what might happen and how to protect yourself. There is weariness in you, and that is why this message is tender as well as firm. God loves the small details of your life, the way you fold cloths, the way you keep letters, the way you name a thing, Kear, and think only of its private meaning. Keep that tenderness. Protect what is tender with a fierceness that surprises you. God says, tender things are holy. This message is for you because God wants you whole, not only safe. If an item is taken, remember this: your essence is not only in objects. But do not mistake that spiritual truth for carelessness. Protect the things that anchor you so that your heart can stay calm and clear. When storms come, it is easier to rebuild from a place of peace than from panic. Prepare now, so your heart can keep its rhythm. Tonight, do these things: check your locks, move the Kear to a lesser-known place, photograph and record serial numbers, make a short list of the trustworthy people you can call, verify any unexpected visitor's identity through independent numbers, put important papers in envelopes labeled with a code only you understand, and keep a lamp lit in the room where you rest. God says, light is a simple defense. Light reveals what darkness tries to hide. This message is for you and for your family, for those whose names you carry in secret and for those you have told everything. Tell only those who are necessary. When you must share, be brief and clear. If someone near you doubts, show them the practical steps you have taken. Action quiets doubt. God is begging you, make the movement of protection your prayer. Do not let pride keep you from calling for help. If the third week of September draws near, call a friend who knows how to be practical. Ask the neighbor you trust to watch the gate for a day. Ask a relative to take the child or the elder into their home for a night if that will ease your worry. God says, help is not weakness, it is blessing. Remember, there is a time for secrecy and a time for telling. This is a time for quiet wisdom. Do not declaim your plans in public posts. Do not write on social media the dates when you will be away. Do not invite hands you do not know into the room that holds your tender things. God says, the world listens more than you think. This message is for you because God sees how fear can make us small. Be large instead, large with sensible action, large with careful plans, large with the love that makes you vigilant. Do not let fear steal your sleep, act so that sleep returns. You will not be left alone in courage when you do what is right. Little lights gather, small acts of preparation form a net. If, despite everything, something is taken, do not let despair be the thief's victory. Gather evidence, photograph what is missing, file a report with the proper authorities, and continue the list of what matters with the names of those who can help you rebuild. God says, resilience is not a shameful thing. It is a testament. This message is for you because God is not distant from your small household worries. God is with the one who hides a photo in a book and the one who keeps a key on a string. God says, my care reaches into cupboards and drawers. God says, move now, gently and swiftly. God says this message is still for you. Don't think because you read the first part that you are safe to stop. Don't skip this, don't scroll fast, don't treat this as ordinary. God is begging you to stay with these words because the danger is real and the timing is near. It's over for you if you skip. The third week of September 2025 is not far, and every hour you waste ignoring this makes you more exposed. This is the you must hear. I see you sitting there, doubting, thinking maybe this is exaggeration, maybe it will pass, maybe nothing will happen. But God says no. When heaven speaks, it is because danger is already walking. The enemy has already marked the weak. They have already whispered your name to each other. They are already making small movements to approach your house. That's why this message burns like fire in your hands, because it comes not to scare you, but to shield you before the shadow fully arrives. Do you remember the times you ignored a warning in your heart? Do you remember the way regret cut deeper than the mistake itself? This is one of those moments where your life splits into two roads. One road is obedience. You prepare, you listen, you protect, you survive, and you keep what is yours. The other road is disbelief. You shrug, you laugh, you say, "I'll deal with it later," and then you find out later was too late. God says, you cannot afford to walk the wrong road this time. Listen carefully. They want the Kear. This word is not random. This word carries weight in your destiny. You may think of it as a key, a car, a treasure, a name, a memory, but in truth, Kear represents something you hold that is tied to your survival, your family, your identity. It may not even be material. It may be knowledge, a paper, a document, a secret. Whatever it is the target. They don't just want something, they want that. They already know it exists. That's why the plan is marked for week 3, September 2025. God is begging you, move the Kear. Don't leave it where it has always been. Change its place tonight. If you normally keep it in a drawer, don't. If it's on a shelf, move it. If it's in your car, remove it. Hide it where no ordinary hand would search. Hide it in a way that only your heart remembers. Use layers. Wrap it, box it, bury it if you must, but don't leave it in the open. If you think you will remember later, write yourself a code, a symbol only you understand, and place it somewhere safe. God says, conceal it as if angels themselves were guarding it. You will feel signs in your environment before they arrive. Doors may rattle at odd hours. Calls may come from numbers you don't know, asking questions that sound innocent. Strangers may pass near your home more than once. Neighbors may act differently. A sudden request to enter your house for checking something, repairing something, delivering something, these will be signs. God says, don't ignore these small movements, because they are rehearsals of the real move. Do not open the door easily. This is the command, don't open. Even if they call your name, even if they speak kindly, even if they pretend to be sent by authority. Verify every voice. Verify every paper. Verify every visitor. If your heart feels even one pulse of unease, step back, close the door, and wait. God says, don't be afraid of appearing rude. Better rude than robbed, better careful than crying. You are not powerless. You have protection beyond what you see. God has already stationed unseen guards around you, but you must do your part. Faith without action is a door left unlocked. Action is your prayer made physical. Move tonight. Prepare tonight. Be alert when week 3 arrives. God says, your protection is partnership. Don't tell this to everyone. Don't share this message in the open. Don't run to people who laugh at spiritual warnings. Don't let mockery disarm you. Keep quiet. Act quietly. Only speak to those your heart absolutely trusts. Silence is your sword. God says, secrecy keeps you safe. And now listen to this truth. You were chosen to hear this because others connected to you will depend on your obedience. If you protect the Kear, you protect not only yourself but also the ones you love. If you ignore this, you endanger more than just your possessions. Your obedience is a shield wide enough to cover others. God says, your action ripples. This is not just about objects. This is about destiny. The enemy knows if they take the Kear, they touch your path, your blessing, your divine inheritance. That is why they are desperate to strike in September 2025. But God says, if you act, their plan will collapse. If you obey, their hands will be empty. If you prepare, they will come and leave in confusion, unable to touch what heaven sealed. God says this, do not delay. Do not sleep on this. Do not think tomorrow will be enough. Tonight, tonight, tonight. Move. Hide. Pray. Act. Be wise. Be silent. Be ready. God says this part is still for you. Don't try to skip it. Don't scroll quickly. God is begging you to remain fully present, because every line here is a thread in the rope that will pull you out of danger. It's over for you if you skip. Now hear what to do in the hours before the 3rd week arrives. First, set small rituals that are also practical. At dusk, walk the perimeter of your home with a lamp or candle and say aloud what you are protecting: the Kear, the children, the papers, the life that has been given to you. This is not superstition, it is a ceremony of attention. Lawmakers, officials, thieves, none of them can remove what you have made visible to your own heart. Speak the names of the things you will hide, so you remember where you placed them. God says, naming brings authority. Second, prepare a list of emergency contacts and hide a copy where you keep the Kear, and another where you sleep. Make sure at least one name is local and can answer a knock at night. Tell that person in private, if I call in a frightened voice, come. Do not post this on social media. God says, a select few are better than a crowd of strangers. Third, check your vehicles and pathways. If you have a spare key in the car, remove it. If you park outside, park differently, reverse into the driveway, so you can see when someone approaches. Consider blocking easy access points with locked gates or by moving a heavy object into place. Small changes that look ordinary are the easiest protections to maintain. God says, ordinary wisdom defeats cunning. Fourth, create a decoy. If the Kear is an object, hide a small, Harmless item in the obvious place that would satisfy a shallow search and keep the treasure where no casual hand would think to look. Wrap the Kear in layers of ordinary things, old clothes, cookbooks, a sealed envelope of bills, and place it in a spot that appears commonplace. God says, thieves follow the path of least friction, make that path lead nowhere. Fifth, guard your communications. Change important passwords tonight. Enable two-factor authentication on accounts that hold photos, documents, or info about your Kear. If you have cloud backups, review their access logs. If you see a device you don't recognize, disconnect it. God says, the invisible doors are often easier to open than the physical ones, lock them too. Sixth, set watches in your household. Ask one trusted person to sleep in a room closer to the place you keep the Kear for the days around week 3. Rotate short shifts if needed. Keep a charged phone beside your bed with trusted numbers on speed dial. Keep a small torch in reach. God says, readiness multiplied by watching makes a home hard to surprise. Seventh, document everything. If someone comes to your door with a story, photograph their face, from the safety of your door, and the vehicle's number plate without confronting them. If a conversation happens over the phone, make a short note of the time and what was said. If a document is shown to you, photograph it and send it immediately to someone you trust. God says, paper trails are armor in the world of lies. Eighth, practice refusal. Say these words in a firm voice now, aloud, I will not hand over what I do not verify. I will not let strangers inside. I will verify through known channels. Practice saying it until it feels easy, because when fear presses, practiced words become your shield. God says, courage rehearsed is courage true. Ninth, watch for manipulation. They may test you first with kindness, a small favor, a question about a relative, a story that tugs at your guards. These tests are not harmless. Treat every unusual kindness as a question to be answered cautiously. When someone asks for the Kear's whereabouts, even as a helpful question, respond with calm privacy, that's personal, I'll handle it. God says, silence protects what speech exposes. 10th, prepare a recovery plan. Know where to go if you must leave quickly. Choose a safe house, a friend's home, a relative, a small rented room, where you can take the people and things that matter. Keep cash, copies of ID, and medicines in your emergency bag. Put a duplicate key in a place only you and one trusted person know. God says, escape routes are part of stewardship. 11th, strengthen your inner calm. Each night, for a few minutes, breathe deliberately. Visualize a light around your home that cannot be penetrated. Pray or speak what steadies you. Say, I am guarded. I am guided. I will act with wisdom. This steadiness will keep your hands from trembling when you must move quickly. God says, action without fear is the fruit of quiet faith. 12th, if anyone from official channels arrives, electricity, water, police, court, do not accept their word alone. Ask for ID, take a photo of the ID, call the official number of the agency using the number you already know, not the number they give. If they insist on entry, insist on waiting for verification. If they are truly official, they will not be offended. God says, truth bears being checked. 13th, protect the children and elders in your home by teaching them a simple signal. A word or a knock that means, do not open, so that even in confusion they will seek shelter rather than answer. Explain the plan simply and lovingly so their fear does not grow but their understanding does. God says, children learn protection when adults act with clarity. 14th, remember mercy. If a neighbor seems fearful and confused, offer help in ways that do not jeopardize your safety, a meal left at the gate, a phone call to a known contact. God says, we are not called to fortress ourselves from all humanity, but to be wise about whom we invite near our tender things. 15th, keep a small, secret ledger of where things are hidden. Use symbols only you know. Put this ledger in a place that is not obvious and do not label it. If you must, commit the symbol key to memory rather than writing it down. God says, clarity inside you is a better safe than a paper trail easy to read. Do not try to skip this. Do not think you can be casual once the third week passes. Vigilance for a little while buys peace for long years. It's over for you if you skip. If you want more, I will continue with the precise prayers, spiritual phrases, and symbolic acts God says to speak during the third week, and the warnings about the kinds of men who will try to deceive you. Say,